The following is a presentation of the Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official home for student play-by-play at the University of Florida College of Journalism and Communications, and the official broadcast partner of Florida Gators Club Hockey. Now let's take you ringside with Jamie Goldman and Rob Russo. It's Florida Gators Club Hockey on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Thank you, Ethan Eibe. Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, Community First Igloo. Rob Russo taking care of you tonight alongside my broadcast partner, Matt Rothmann.
Yeah.
Jamie Goldman no longer with us, heading on to bigger and better things, but we got you covered. We got the best and brightest of the Orange and Blue Sports Network with you. One of our most seasoned broadcasters and a big hockey fanatic in Matt alongside me today. Matt, first hockey broadcast, how you feeling?
Yeah, excited, especially with this Gators team first home game in like 3 months. So certainly very exciting to do this and very exciting for this Gators team to come back here.
So as we said tonight, Florida Gators going against Florida Atlantic. This team met last year in the Division II National Championship where the Florida Gators defeated them by a score of 8-4. They split in the regular season, and now these two teams come head-to-head for the first time since that fateful encounter. We'll take a look at the Division I standings here in college hockey. South Florida sitting square at 5th place behind Tennessee, 24-1 on the season. I mean, that team is something else. Gators played them, I believe, 3 times throughout this year so far. They lost in the Savannah Classic and lost both games in Knoxville earlier on as well. They also have UGA, South Carolina, Tampa, Florida, Alabama, and Auburn. We got impact players coming at you for today's game. For Florida, we got a whole bunch of forwards. Left winger Michael McCoy, Liam Lickeshaw, the center, the freshman, and Keegan Lampinen. Just 3 guys there for Florida who are just going to take over the ice as they normally do. I mean, these are 3 players that work together so well, the chemistry that they have, and it shows on the score sheet.
Yeah, absolutely. And Lickeshaw leads the team in assists, both even strength and power play. 21 games, 29 points. McCoy and Lampinen, they've been really big when it comes to goal-scoring output. McCoy does lead the team with 14 goals, along with power play goals with 6. Lampinen has 13 goals in 18 games, so a bit less games played, but he's been on the score sheet quite a lot. So those 3 are going to make a big impact for the Gators team if they look for a win.
Absolutely, and for Florida Atlantic, we got 3 more for you as well. Got Caleb Owens, Brady Baser, and David Israel, 3 big-time players for this team. That's the top of Division II here in College Hockey South.
Yeah, it's been absolutely incredible. Baser, phenomenal year, 41 points in 21 games, 19 goals. Caleb Owens, another one as well, 18 goals in 21 games, 37 points. David Israel's a very interesting one because he's only played 12 games as a defenseman, but he has 31 points. He's putting up the Erik Karlsson type stuff in San Jose during his last year there. But yeah, he's had an incredible year, albeit a bit short for him.
And now we're going to send it to a pregame interview just with UF head coach Frank Pasquale. Sorry about that. Here ringside with head coach Frank Pasquale. Got Florida Atlantic on the ice today. First time home in 3 months. You only got this 1 game and then you're off to nationals, but how does this trip back to Jacksonville feel?
It feels good. I mean, this is our practice ice, and this is where we have a lot of hard work and bonding that goes on, and we've been road warriors for a while, so it definitely feels good to be home.
And Florida Atlantic is a team that you guys have a lot of history with. You played them last year in the D2 National Championship. You all came out victorious. You know they're going to be looking for a little bit of revenge tonight for sure. What's going into it tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, they're having a fantastic season, and we look forward to the challenge. They're a good team top to bottom. They're well coached, and there is some history there, so this should be a fun game.
You're down a couple of guys tonight, got some injuries, got some exams. Can't really control it, but how excited are you to see some of these other guys step up, get some more time in the lineup?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, we are an academics first team in school, and we have a lot of players who are missing the game, some key guys out, but you're right. We're going to have guys who get an opportunity to shine, and we look forward to giving them that chance.
Awesome. Well, ready to go. Right back to us. All right, we take you Rinkside here at Community First Igloo here in Jacksonville as the starting lineups for both teams coming out onto the ice. A bit of a different one for Florida, not one that we usually see. Got a whole bunch of players out for Florida that are usually mainstays on this roster, including defenseman Owen Waivada and captain Matthew Burkle-Jasek alongside Jackson Choi, Cole Rosen, Quinn DiMartini, and Martin Rainoff. So plenty of mainstays here on Florida's roster that are not suiting up tonight. Got some injuries, some exams, but right now we'll head to the national anthem. All right, back after the national anthem, both teams heading out. Matt, I think you got some starting lineups for us for today.
Yeah, starting lineups for the Gators. Pretty interesting one. They have McCoy starting on the left, Edwards at center, Sheets on the right wing. So that'll be very interesting to see how that works. And they have Noah Horwitz and Olenek as well starting on defense. And of course, leading the goal, Connor Lee.
Yeah, no doubt about that one. Connor Lee, the only goalie dressing for Florida tonight. Tyler, you're not with us. The normal guy backing up Connor Lee in net. And as you mentioned, a bit of an interesting lineup. Got Maddox Olenek out there on defense. He's a guy that can bounce back and forth from forward to D-man, but playing defense tonight. And Brody Sheets on the right wing of Evan Edwards and Mikey McCoy, something that we are not used to seeing for sure as we get set for puck drop at center ice. Evan Edwards steps into it and wins the faceoff. Gets it back to Maddox Olenek, and Brody Sheets will touch this one back towards the back red line. FAU works this one ahead, intercepted by McCoy, who wraps it around deep and finds a man in Brody Sheets. Bouncing puck on the far boards. Mikey McCoy absorbs the contact. And now it's Evan Edwards. Drops it back to the point where it's wrapped all the way to Brody Sheets on the right wing. Battle in the corner won by Florida Atlantic. The Owls get possession for the first time this game and look to make a rush out of the defensive zone.
Yeah, Baser, a very quick player for FAU. Florida is definitely going to have to key into him, as we mentioned.
Evan Edwards touches up, but behind the red line, so an icing call on Florida. We'll set one up in the offensive zone for Florida Atlantic. We'll head the other way.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic so far putting the first line out there with the captain, Leon Biller, alongside both Baser and Owens. Took them a bit of time as they were hemmed into the defensive zone, but once they broke out, they provided a lot of speed.
Keith Goldberg wins it back for Florida Atlantic, and a quick shot on Connor Lee. Cotter tries to clean it up, can't do so. Back to David Israel, fires. That one finds Connor Lee, now bouncing above the cage and behind the red line. Gators try and clear. Nicholas Ho takes a spill, can't quite do it. Now it's Israel again, moves in, shot blocked by Edwards off the shin. And a quick touch once again by Israel right in front, goes off the blocker of Connor Lee. Now this time Ho able to clear around Israel. Florida Atlantic trying to gather in the neutral zone. Now a quick burst through the middle by Littman. Drop pass. And David Israel cannot corral it. Now it's Max Telab cutting through center. He's got a man with him, chooses to shoot, and that one goes high of Rocco Bruno in cage for the Owls.
Yeah, big mistake there by Israel. Pinched a bit too high for FAU, which led a 2-on-1 for the Gators.
Liam Likashwa on the ice for Florida for the first time alongside Josh Weinstein and Max Telab. Likashwa drops one off for Weinstein, whistle blows.
Yeah, it's too many men for the Gators. The FAU bench was calling for it, and looks like the Gators will get penalized for having 6 men, as there's 6 men out there at the moment.
It looks like a little bit of miscommunication. Saw Jacob Horowitz on the ice. And the Gators will go to a quick penalty kill here with 17:55 to go in period number 1. Josh Weinstein will serve the penalty. Big Josh Weinstein, as Jamie Goldman liked to say. And man down go the Gators for the first time this game. Zach Zelmansky out there on the PK alongside Max Telab, Jacob Horowitz. And one more number I couldn't quite get there for you. Florida Atlantic able to win the draw, gets it back to Israel, who holds at the point. Now on the left wing to Besser. Down low, touch pass back to the point. David Israel, the big D-man, quarterbacking. Cross to the left wing, fire, Israel, glove save. Connor Lee sees it all the way through.
And of course, a big part for this FAU power play would be to find Israel, who, as you mentioned, the big power play quarterback of this team, but also Baser, who leads the Owls in power play goals on that right. So they were trying to look for him, but only got a shot from Israel.
Gators able to win the draw, but can't clear the zone. Baser able to hold it for the Owls. And finally, Gators able to get this one up ahead. And some nice work there on the back check by Baser. You said the speed, I mean, you see it there, able to take the puck right off of the stick of Florida. Israel skates in with speed, pass through the slot, intercepted by Telab, who will take a bump in the far corner. And the Gators will clear along the near boards and get a change, as will the Owls, who hold behind Rocco Bruno. And we'll look to get some numbers through the neutral zone. A nice poke check there by Evan Edwards, sends the puck down the other way. Cotter unable to get past the red line. Now FAU gets it to the stick of Goldberg, who wraps all the way around on his stick and tries to dump it to the far point, but nobody home. They'll have to regroup out at center ice.
Yeah, FAU struggling a bit just to get the puck in. That time they did, but a bit of a poor pass there.
15 seconds left on the man advantage for the Owls. Cotter tries to center a pass. Can't quite get it, gets it to Littman at the top of the point, who fires. That shot is deflected off of McCoy's stick. And the penalty kill is over for Florida. Josh Weinstein comes out of the box, and on comes Nicholas Ho, as the Gators still have to clear Florida Atlantic with some strong possession inside the zone. McCoy on the forecheck. Real aggressive. Gets it out to Evan Edwards, who drops it for Mikey McCoy, loses control, and Mikey McCoy is offsides. They don't call it. And a shot on goal is saved by Rocco Bruno.
But that's a good possession there when Ho came on, because he not only made a great pass to really help break out, but he also was very aware, got the shot on. Didn't make it, but creates some O-zone time for the Gators.
Gators win the draw, get it right back to Zelmansky, who fires one along the ice, which is broken up by a stick in the middle before it gets to Bruno. Now at center ice, Zelmansky able to make it a good defensive play there, and then turn right back around and get his stick in the shooting lane. Jacob Horowitz gets it to Keegan Lampinen, and now Likashwa along the far boards, cutting it through the middle, makes a man miss, and tries to wrap one along. Bruno gets a shot on goal, but a slow roller, and he's able to cover up.
Some nifty moves by Likashwa there. He's able to get into the ozone amongst two defenders, but got the shot on. So the Gators, some good ozone time ever since the penalty kill.
A nice battle for the face-off is won by the Owls. And now along the near wall goes Stabile. Zelmansky able to chase this one down and work it up to his man in Keegan Lampinen, whose pass ahead to Nicholas Ho is just too far out ahead of him. Back to center ice, and the Gators able to force a turnover. Lampinen drop pass to Likashwa, who finds a hole, but it's blocked away by a defender. This puck squirts out into the Gators zone, recovered by Noah Horowitz. The standout puck-moving defenseman for Florida, trying to find an open lane, almost able to do so. And this one ricochets off the side of the cage. And Florida Atlantic able to clear the zone. Max Telab dumps it back in deep for Florida. Josh Weinstein on the chase against Israel.
Gators doing a good job sort of defending and forechecking in the ozone. But here comes a breakout.
This one finds its way into the near corner. Gators not going to let a pass get through into the slot. Noah Horowitz shuts that one down alongside Max Telab, such a great defensive forward. And he'll dump it in deep. Gators get a change. Telab with some pressure in the D zone. David Israel will dump it in for the Owls. And the Gators able to regain possession. Brody Sheets back at center ice. A pass goes off a skate from Telab. Now Florida Atlantic with numbers. A shot from Israel is blocked away by Zelmansky. And this one will fly out of play over the glass and roll right past us.
Yeah, Telab not the best of passes through to the neutral zone. And this top line for FAU, we've talked about it, they're really good when it comes to speed, and they're able to punch Florida there. Luckily, the shot wasn't able to go on target, but the Gators still hemming their own end.
Leon Biller against Evan Edwards. Edwards comes out with the victory in the circle. And the Owls unable to hold the zone. McCoy giving chase all the way down into the deep end. This one poked away towards Sheets. Now Zelmansky coming up to cover. Lays a hit, tries to get the puck off his man. He's able to do so. Evan Edwards fouls it away. And the Gators will regroup. Jacob Horowitz there to corral the puck and send it back towards Rocco Bruno. That one goes right through the legs of Zach Zelmansky. Now it's Baser. He's got some speed, got some numbers, but Jacob Horowitz, a nice defensive play. He's able to break that one up. Could have been disaster for Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. And luckily a good block on the back end, but just a play that you don't want your defenders to make that they miss.
Israel with a lot of speed tries to get past Olenek, but he keeps that stick down. And the Gators able to break it up. Sheets giving chase on Vasiliev. Tripped up and gives the Owls back possession, no call. Gets caught in his own skates. Keegan Lampinen tries to put the body on a man as Connor Lee will play this shot down all the way from the neutral zone. A battle by the blue line is won by Florida. They'll have to play it back though. Goldberg trying to get a stick in the lane of Noah Horowitz. Now Cotter able to do so towards Olenek. Here's a chance. Broken up by Florida.
We got three guys going forward.
Now here's Lampinen able to fire one on goal. But as it rolls along the ice, loses some speed, and Bruno able to find it and shut the 5-hole.
A good possession there for the Gators. Broke out really well. Right through the neutral zone, they had three guys going forward. Get a shot on target. Now with the line changes, could help them out right here.
And Florida Atlantic had their 17-win streak snapped just the other day by High Point University. They split as Zelmansky fires one towards the goal. It's blocked away. And Josh Weinstein able to recover. This one gets right out in front. And a really good opportunity for Weinstein, but Rocco Bruno gets in front of it and it flies out of play.
Yeah, what a chance that was. Right in the slot. Had everything right there. The power just lifted it too high, but still in the offensive zone for the Gators. And they've done a pretty good job so far gaining O-zone time, and that's been a big part to shut down this FAU team that has quite a lot of speed to their game.
And a whistle sounds. Might have been an infraction on the face-off. Yeah, they'll send Max Tellab out of the circle. In comes Weinstein. Max Tellab, one of the best face-off takers for Florida this year. Don't have his exact percentages, but they're pretty high up there, up with one of the best in the circle in College Hockey South. Littman finds the puck, loses control of it, but offsides the call. He was just a bit ahead of it as the puck got in front of him. He turned around, not in time. So a neutral zone faceoff. Tellab comes in against Cotter. And the Owls able to win this one. Brockett runs into his own man. Looks like we'll be offsides again.
Yeah, it looked like Cotter just jumped a bit early, so that prevented Littman from carrying the puck over.
And Max Tellab not going to lose 2 in a row. Gators get the draw. Weinstein unable to get his stick over the D-man. Florida Atlantic puts it deep. Gators wrap it around. And a poor pass. And here's an opportunity. Littman has a lot of room on Lee. Fires, big save.
Yeah, massive save. Poor defensively right there. Just too much space for Littman.
Lee stands tall, cuts the angle. Now a big battle along the backboards. Jacob Horowitz helps out his teammate Max Tellab, who flips it ahead to center. Weinstein. A quick pass ahead and a dive towards the goal. A hard crash into the backboards by Schreiberg.
Yeah, and FAU, Matrovina is down.
Justin McAvina, one of their starting defensemen, in a one-on-one battle with Schreiberg all the way around. Schreiberg getting some time up with the big club here as well. And takes a nasty spill. Hopefully he is all right. Part of the leadership group wearing the A today for the Owls. Evan Edwards wins it for Mikey McCoy, who fires quickly, but Rocco Bruno able to cover up.
So 2 straight shots for the Gators. I liked in their previous possession when you had Schreiberg just taking it to the net aggressively. That's what you want from your forwards for the Gators.
A battle along in the far boards. Now the Owls with some speed looking to break out. They get a man off the bench. And a shot towards the goal is blocked away by Florida. It was Noah Horowitz. Now this one was in the skates of Evan Edwards. It goes right between them. And David Israel gains possession of the puck before he breaks out of the zone. Going to be offsides.
Yeah, it could have been a big opportunity for Florida. Just a pass to the skates, not what Noah Horowitz wanted, but an offsides.
Face-off draw won by Beraldi back to Israel. Now Beraldi takes it along the far boards. Noah Horowitz rips it off his stick. Here comes Israel. Nifty move, backhand. Able to put it on goal, but Connor Lee shoves it aside to the corner.
Just wonderful skill by a big defenseman that you wouldn't think has that type of speed and handles, but wow, just phenomenal by David Israel.
And he'll get a shot away. Would have been far off of Connor Lee, but he'll glove it up nonetheless.
Yeah, he was trying to look for the tip by Georgiano there, but luckily for the Gators, Lee got in front right away. Puck just missed Georgiano's stick. So Gators now with just over 9 minutes left will defend the Z zone now.
Yeah, just about halfway through this first period of action. 0-0 your score through 11 minutes almost here in the first. A lot of action, not a lot of stoppage, besides a couple of those offsides. As Vasilyev can't corral, here's Nicholas Ho with a burst of speed. Almost loses an edge as he tries to drift it back to Lampinen at center ice, who can't see it through. Now here's a big save by Connor Lee, cuts the angle along the far side. And Florida Atlantic able to regroup in the neutral zone. They touch up at the blue line. And Jacob Horowitz lays the body, gets the puck away from his man. Now here's a quick burst towards net. And a big save by Bruno. Pass comes out right in front. Liam Lickeshaw with an opportunity. And this puck finally continues to come loose. Zelmansky plays it on net. It goes wide.
A few chances for Florida right there. They had a big chance right in the slot, just unable to convert.
A mad scramble in front of Rocco Bruno. FAU comes out unscathed. Gators delayed offside. They'll have to touch up. They do so. Gives FAU enough time.
Now top line's on for FAU.
Gators able to win this one back. Telab wraps it.
That's Musino on the ice.
And now along the far boards, it's Zelmansky who lays the body. Now a pass finds its way through the slot, but nobody there, just the Gators. As this one is flipped towards Bruno, he'll glove it up and stop play. 7:33 to go in the first.
Right there, the first line when it comes out for FAU, they mean business, and it's clear with their speed, they're able to hold a ton of ozone time right there. But Florida does a really good job playing defense right there and breaking out.
FAU able to win the draw, now trying to work end-to-end with some speed. Dump and chase by Brockett. Pass in front is broken up by Noah Horowitz. Way to be there.
Yeah, Owens had a lot of space in front of the net, but good job by Horowitz being right there and giving Owens almost no space to move.
Olenek tried to flip it behind the back out of the zone. A poor decision leads to a shot chance for Florida Atlantic. But the Gator defense able to hold strong once again. Max Telab gets ahead of the puck, loses control, able to wrap it back around and get it deep for Schreiber. Here's a chance for Olenek, keeps it on the ice, and it works all the way to the left side for Brody Sheets. FAU will flip this one out to Olenek, who loses it. It's in his jersey. They'll stop play.
It's highly unusual for that to happen. But, you know, going back to the last possession for Florida in the offensive zone, they did a really good job moving the puck behind the net. Sheets had a really good pass to Olenek. Push shot, not the power that he probably wanted, but, you know, the Gators' chances are there for them, and they've tried to take it.
Edwards, another great duel with Cotter in the faceoff circle, wins it through the referee's feet and is able to put this puck in deep, but no dice. Florida Atlantic with a big chance and some speed ahead, but not enough on the number side. Puck is frozen between some skates down deep below the red line. Gators come out with it. McCoy changes directions.
Good spin.
And loses control. He's got a man behind him. David Israel, though, here to hold the zone for the Owls. And a ripper is blocked off the stick of Mikey McCoy. And here's a one-timer that almost gets on the net, but just goes shy towards the right side. 5:35 left to go. FAU rolling with some extended ice time. David Israel gives up the point. He'll return, drop it deep. And a pass towards Israel is broken up by Mikey McCoy, who chases him down, all the way down to the far boards.
Might be the first time we've seen FAU really have some extended offensive zone time. But yeah.
And there was a huge chance right in front there as FAU will tap up with Bruno. Just was able to squeak by, and a big chance for Nicholas Ho. But getting the pads down, Bruno able to send it out of play for a face-off. But one of the best chances for Florida this period. 15 minutes elapsed so far. It'll come out to the point for Horowitz, who rocks it in deep. Not too much power on it. Now here's a one-on-one. Olenek gets back. And a nice check by Horowitz to get his man away from the puck. Some nifty moves by Beraldi. but of no use. Here comes Liam Lickeshaw. Drop pass for Keegan Lampinen. Fires. That one goes wide. Couple of bodies. And now here's an opportunity for Ho and a big save. A shot from the slot. But Bruno able to find it and stop play.
It's the left pad by Bruno that gets down for the save. I think Ho definitely would have wanted a much powerful shot there. He gets the puck in the slot, a lot of space, but unable to generate the power to possibly get it over the pad.
Yeah, kind of fans on it just a little bit. As Florida able to win the draw. Josh Weinstein coming out to assist Max Tellab. FAU ahead, nice play by Olenek, but Stabile able to recover for FAU. Noah Horowitz gets the skates in front of the puck, and back go the Gators. Tellab to Schreiberg. Now Weinstein rips it towards the net, and it'll wrap around the boards. Weinstein back for Zelmansky, got Horowitz as well. And Weinstein, or Zelmansky, pardon, will flip it right to his netminder, Connor Lee. He'll cover up for a whistle.
A few chances for both teams in the last few minutes. Of course, Florida, we've talked about how they've been able to generate few chances. FAU themselves haven't had too bad of chances themselves in the O-zone. They had an extended time just a few minutes ago.
A really solid defensive duel between these two teams so far today. Head coach Christian Long for Florida Atlantic said there was a little bit more juice behind this one because of what happened last year in the D2 National Championship. Of course there will be, and bodies have been flying. And both teams really haven't been able to generate too much success offensively. Some good chances here and there, but not a lot of extended zone time for either team. A pretty balanced affair so far.
Yeah, and even for some of the extended zone time that both teams have had, they've sort of struggled to really break down the defenses, and I think that is a testament to the defenses and how well they've been.
Only one penalty so far this game, too many men on Florida. Just about 2 minutes in as another icing heads down towards Rocco Bruno. Will return to the Gators' end of the ice. But yeah, a lot of 5-on-5 play here in period number one, and both teams not able to figure out how to crack the other on defense. 3:20 to go here in period number one. Stick with us at the break. We got some highlights from Florida Gators from their whole season. We got a whole bunch of goal calls, myself, Jamie Goldman, plenty of entertaining action, and we'll come back about halfway through, give you a breakdown of what we saw in the first period, and then I'll hand over play-by-play duties for period number two to Matt Rothmann as Max Tellab cuts through the middle and finds a lane all the way through. The defense goes coast to coast, but Rocco Bruno closes the doors on him.
Yeah, just fantastic work by Tellab. Going right through two defenders. Great nifty stick work, but Bruno once again up to the task. And he's been pretty solid, Bruno, most of this game. He's made some big saves, and that one was also a good chance for the Gators and another good save.
Gators win the draw. McCoy will drop it back, and now a mad scramble in front. Gators will give chase. They'll win it back in the neutral zone, but Jacob Horowitz loses an edge. Now here's an opportunity for FAU. A huge defensive play there in the slot. Got a whole bunch of guys collaborating as that one is a floater of a shot by Justin Harshaw. It'll float out of the defensive zone for Florida. They'll be able to get it changed, but a huge opportunity for FAU. Connor Lee in the defense able to shut it down. Now a stretch pass ahead. Finds no man, looking for Michael McCoy. That'll stop play.
Yeah, and that knuckle puck there could have found the back of the net. It was that close, but no, Horowitz just blew a tire right there. Luckily for the Gators, they had another defender back, which did help the cause for the Gators in their defensive zone. But yeah, that could have been a disaster, but still remains 0-0.
Edwards wins the draw. Now a battle with him. Olenek joins in to help out. Basher gains possession back of the puck, tries to flip it backhand, gets a nice little chance there, and it comes right back into the slot where Connor Lee is able to make a quick save. Now a battle behind the net and a loose puck. Olenek rips it out towards the point. FAU holds the zone. They'll put it back in deep. Zelmansky puts a body on his man along the boards, but does not get him away. Baser. Down low below the red line. Back to the point. Firing from the right point. Punched out of the air with the blocker by Connor Lee. FAU buzzing now in the zone. Baser. Fires one. That one goes off the stick of Olenek. Back to the point. And back in deep. Vasiliev has to come up and make a play on the puck, but now here's a 2-on-1 opportunity. Brody Sheets coming in from the right wing, pass in front, but just too far out in front of Mikey McCoy. 1 minute to go in the period. Gators trying to put and break the ice. McCoy loses control of the puck, gets it right back. Now Liam Likashwa, his line mate for most of this season, is out there supporting him. Likashwa. As FAU will dump this one out. 35 seconds left to go in the period. Liam Likashwa. Again, some really, really good defense by the Owls. Keeping it clean, but the Gators able to regain the zone. Now here's a shot from Horowitz. That one goes off a leg, it looks like, right in front of Rocco Bruno. And Jacob Horowitz unable to hold the zone. Gators will have to touch up. 7 seconds to go. And FAU will tick down the final seconds of period number 1. And as the buzzer sounds, we're all tied up 0-0. Nobody able to break the other so far, Matt.
Yeah, and the last few minutes were certainly very interesting. The FAU definitely had a lot of their chances, and it was because of their top line. You know, that top line, a lot of speed, definitely showed that in the final few minutes. They had, you know, a lot of chances to score, but, you know, it won't go on the score sheet, but that's fantastic work by Olenek, who did really well defending the slot, doing well defensively, and it did help Florida get a chance at the other end, but unfortunately they couldn't capitalize.
All right, we'll send it to some season highlights for the Florida Gators, and when we come back, we'll have an interview and some more breakdown of period number 1 and get you set for period number 2. 0-0 your score. You're watching Florida Gators hockey on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
As Katz with it again, moving through center ice. Oh, a nice give and go there. Katz has a breakaway. Katz in on the goalie, one-on-one, he puts it in. 5-hole goal, Mikey Katz evens this game up 1-1.
An absolutely beautiful shot there in transition, gets a breakaway, sneaks it by, able to dish it right across to Mikey Katz. Great work there by the Gators, tying it all up. Likashwa.
Young Likashwa, he'll shoot, he'll score! Put it right by the goaltender, right through the wickets, and the Gators finally take the lead here with 18 seconds in the first period. Likashwa is on the board. I
mean, you said we'd be calling his name a lot. You hear it right there. It felt like it was only a matter of time for the Gators as they were mounting and mounting pressure. There's only so much Ober can do before one is able to get by.
86, moving a little bit gingerly.
Now Likashwa, pass in front, comes back to Horowitz, fires, and he scores! Jacob Horowitz makes it 3-1 for the Florida Gators.
Yeah, puck kind of squirted out to the point that time. Horowitz got a hold of it and fired it home. It was almost like Embry-Riddle was playing a man down there. Noah Kingsley blocked the shot from Likashwa earlier in that play, and he was moving a little gingerly. Kind of looked like his left leg was kind of giving out on him after the shot, probably a stinger, and Horowitz took full advantage of it, putting the Gators up 3-1.
Back to Berkel J6 at the point. He fires. And a scramble in front. It gets in. Likashwa, his second of the game. It's 4-1 Gators. You talked about bursts. There's two in just a minute.
Yeah, this team can score in bunches. I was just talking about it. Berkel Jasek takes the shot, puck bouncing around, and Likashwa was able to pounce on the rebound, put it home, and put the Gators up 4-1.
Stick. Now it's Weinstein who fires and roofs it. 9 seconds to go in the period. Josh Weinstein, top corner.
Weinstein firing that one upstairs. A great shot from him. He laid the boom a few minutes ago with his body. Now he's showing his shooting prowess. Josh Weinstein getting it done on both sides of the ice right now. That's again, he shoots. It's loose, Lampinen scores! Off the Cats, rebound, Lampinen found it, and the Gators extend their lead to 6-2.
You know, keep it simple, stupid. Crash the net on the shot attempt, and you'll be there, and someone's going to get a stick down and get that rebound. This time, it was Lampinen.
That's exactly what Josh Weinstein said in our intermission interview. He said, listen, we're just going to keep it simple, keep playing our game, and that's exactly what we just saw there. Back down for Cats again. Out in front. Lampinen controls along the wall, up for Horowitz. Jacob Horowitz shot, bouncing around in front, and they score! The Gators finally cracked the scoreboard. It was Mikey Katz. We were talking about his nose for the net in the pregame, and there it is right there. The Gators on the board here in Jacksonville.
Well, it felt like only a matter of time. I know we've been saying that for quite a while, but it really did feel like only a matter of time before the Gators were going to get on the board. They had some really
had some speed going the other way. Lampinen for a teammate, Katz. Katz on his way, scores! Mikey Katz, the backhand shot, put it past the goaltender. A nice assist from Lampinen, and the Gators are on the board.
That one all comes down to the speed and awareness of Keegan Lampinen, able to get a stick on that one, poke it ahead, and he was off to the races. Mikey Katz trailing behind, a beautiful pass right on his stick in front of the defender where no one else could get it, and that comes down to Mikey Katz, all the skill he has to put it past the goaltender. Now behind and in front, shot, scores! Keegan Lampinen puts it home. And it's a 2-2 game right early on here in the second period.
Yeah, it was a great find out in front, and then Lampinen does what he does so well, putting that puck upstairs above Isaac Haugen's glove, and the Gators tie this thing up in period 2.
Keegan Lampinen down low. Pass in front, fires, scores! Mikey McCoy, 5-3. And the Gators now back within 2.
Yeah, Mikey McCoy getting loose in front of the net. A nice pass from behind the net. I believe it was Katz on the pass. That's the second power play goal from the Gators, so these special team units starting to turn.
Lickeshwa, nice move there to hold on to the puck. Now entering the zone, doing it all himself, taking it to the cage, puts one on, and buried! Michael McCoy, his second of the game, cleans it up for Liam Lickeshwa.
The power play is buzzing. How about Lickeshwa taking that puck coast to coast, and then McCoy putting away the trash in front of the net. The Gators are within 1. And now it's Lampinen for Horowitz. Horowitz will fire one to the net. It's bouncing around in there, and it goes in! The Gators able to pick up the garbage in front and put it in. On it 2-on-1 with Troy, back to Troy. Troy has it, makes a move, pad save, and they score! Liam Lickeshwa puts home the rebound in front, and this thing is even. And now it's Olenek looking for Katz, he'll fire and scores! And the Gators have their first lead of the game. Mikey Katz from Maddox Olenek.
Yeah, Olenek sets him up perfectly. A clean lane right in the low slot, and Mikey Katz with the one-timer puts it low blocker side, and the Gators now have the lead in this game with 2 minutes to go in the first.
Katz looking for Weinstein going to the net, tries to thread it through to him, and they score! Josh Weinstein with the answer. A beautiful pass thread through by Mikey Katz, and right after the timeout by Frank Pasquale, this team is right back in the game. In a change right now. Backhanded shot, and it goes in! It kind of just snuck behind the goaltender that time, and the Gators are within 1. It's James Gelvin, his first goal of the season on the D2, on the D1 team. James Gelvin gets on the board, and the Gators cut South Carolina's lead to 1.
Yeah. 1-on-1 with the goalie is Cole Rosen, and he puts it 5-hole.
What a move by Cole Rosen. Little forehand, backhand, and put it through the 5-hole on that one. A beautiful goal by Rosen, but Mikey Katz earlier on that play by Hayes. Right back on it are the Gators. Horowitz shot, it goes in. It found its way in. It was a low shot, and it kind of just snuck past the pad of Zach Hayes, and the Gators finally get one here late in this third period. Trying to get the puck to the center of the ice. It's Horowitz, shot, scores! His second of the game, his second power play goal of the game, and the Gators do get one on the 5-on-3 man advantage, and it's now 8-5 South Carolina. Telab, he's got a chance, working in on the goaltender, makes a move and scores! Little toe drag to shot combo, and Max Telab puts the Gators up 1-0 early.
Mikey Katz able to do it, fires, scores! Mikey Katz. It's a 2-1 game here in the Igloo.
Yeah, he was one of our players to watch. He's the leading point scorer for Florida so far this season.
To Horowitz, fires, scores! Gators up by 2, it's a power play goal.
Gators picking up right where they left off on Friday night.
Now here's a chance ahead, nice stick. Will get a clean breakaway in front, and scores!
That was a nice play by Mikey Katz, not giving up on the play. He kind of lost control of it for a second there, but he followed up his own shot, put back his own rebound, and extends the Gators' lead to 3. It's the usual suspects right now. Mikey Katz has 2 in this period, and Michael McCoy has 1. As Katz with it again, moving through center ice. Oh, a nice give and go there. Katz has a breakaway. Katz in on the goalie, one-on-one, he puts it in! 5-hole goal, Mikey Katz evens this game up 1-1.
An absolutely beautiful shot there in transition, gets a breakaway, sneaks it by, able to dish it right across to Mikey Katz. Great work there by the Gators, tying it all up. Lickeschois.
Young Lickeschois, he'll shoot, he'll score! Put it right by the goaltender, right through the wickets, and the Gators finally take the lead here with 18 seconds left in the first period. Lickeschois.
I mean, you said we'd be calling his name a lot. You hear it right there. It felt like it was only a matter of time for the Gators as they were mounting and mounting pressure. There's only so much Ober can do before one is able to get by.
86, moving a little bit gingerly.
Now Lickeschois, pass in front, comes back to Horowitz, fires, and he scores! Jacob Horowitz makes it 3-1 for the Florida Gators.
Yeah, puck kind of squirted out to the point that time. Horowitz got a hold of it and fired it home. It was almost like Embry-Riddle was playing a man down there. Noah Kingsley blocked the shot from Lickeschois earlier in that play, and he was moving a little gingerly. Kind of looked like his left leg was kind of giving out on him after the shot, probably a stinger, and Horowitz took full advantage of it, putting the Gators up 3-1.
Back to Berkel J6 at the point. He fires. And a scramble in front. It gets in. Lickeschois, his second of the game. It's 4-1 Gators. You talked about bursts. There's 2 in just a minute.
Yeah, this team can score in bunches. I was just talking about it. Berkel Jasek takes the shot, puck bouncing around, and Lickeschois was able to pounce on the rebound, put it home, and put the Gators up 4-1.
Stick. Now it's Weinstein who fires and roofs it. 9 seconds to go in the period. Josh Weinstein, top corner.
Weinstein firing that one. Airs. A great shot from him. He laid the boom a few minutes ago with his body. Now he's showing his shooting prowess. Josh Weinstein getting it done on both sides of the ice right now. That's again, he shoots. It's loose, Lampinen scores! Off the Cats, rebound, Lampinen found it, and the Gators extend their lead to 6-2.
No, keep it simple, stupid. Crash the net on the shot attempt, and you'll be there, and someone's going to get a stick down and get that rebound. This time, it was Lampinen.
That's exactly what Josh Weinstein said in our intermission interview. He said, listen, we're just going to keep it simple, keep playing our game, and that's exactly what we just saw there. Back down for Cats again. Out in front. Lampinen controls along the wall, up for Horowitz. Jacob Horowitz shot, bouncing around in front, and they score! The Gators finally cracked the scoreboard. It was Mikey Katz. We were talking about his nose for the net in the pregame, and there it is right there. The Gators on the board here in Jacksonville.
Well, it felt like only a matter of time. I know we've been saying that for quite a while, but it really did feel like only a matter of time before the Gators were going to get on the board. They had some really
some speed going the other way. Lampinen for a teammate, Katz. Katz on his way, scores! Mikey Katz, the backhand shot, put it past the goaltender. A nice assist from Lampinen, and the Gators are on the board.
That one all comes down to the speed and awareness of Keegan Lampinen, able to get a stick on that one, poke it ahead, and he was off to the races. Mikey Katz trailing behind, a beautiful pass right on his stick in front of the defender where no one else could get it, and that comes down to Mikey Katz, all the skill he has to put it past the goaltender. Now behind and in front, shot, scores! Keegan Lampinen puts it home. And it's a 2-2 game right early on here in the second period.
Yeah, it was a great find out in front, and then Lampinen does what he does so well, putting that puck upstairs above Isaac Haugen's glove, and the Gators tie this thing up in period 2.
Keegan Lampinen down low. Pass in front, fires, scores! Mikey McCoy, 5-3, and the Gators now back within 2.
Yeah, Mikey McCoy getting loose in front of the net. A nice pass from behind the net. I believe it was Katz on the pass. That's the second power play goal from the Gators, so these special team units starting to turn.
Lickeshwa, nice move there to hold on to the puck. Now entering the zone, doing it all himself, taking it to the cage, puts one on, and buried! Michael McCoy, his second of the game, cleans it up for Liam Lickeshwa.
The power play is buzzing. How about Lickeshwa taking that puck coast to coast, and then McCoy putting away the trash in front of the net. The Gators are within 1. And now it's Lampinen for Horowitz. Horowitz will fire one to the net. It's bouncing around in there, and it goes in! The Gators able to pick up the garbage in front and put it in. On it 2-on-1 with Troy, back to Troy. Troy has it, makes a move, pad save, and they score! Liam Lickeshwa puts home the rebound in front, and this thing is even. And now it's Olenek looking for Katz, he'll fire and scores! And the Gators have their first lead of the game. Mikey Katz from Maddox Olenek.
Yeah, Olenek sets him up perfectly. A clean lane right in the low slot, and Mikey Katz with the one-timer puts it low blocker side. And the Gators now have the lead in this game with 2 minutes to go in the first.
Katz from going to the net, tries to thread it. They score! Josh Weinstein with a threat, and Mikey's and the time. This team is right back in the game. In a change right now. Backhanded shot, and it goes in! It kind of just snuck behind the goaltender that time, and the Gators are within 1. It's James Gelvin, his first goal of the season on the D2, on the D1 team. James Gelvin gets on the board, and the Gators cut South Carolina's lead to 1.
Yeah. 1-on-1 with the goalie is Cole Rosen, and he puts it 5-hole.
What a move by Cole Rosen. Little forehand, backhand, and put it through the 5-hole on that one. A beautiful goal by Rosen, but Mikey Katz earlier on that play by Hayes. Right back on it are the Gators. Horowitz shot, it goes in. It found its way in. It was a low shot, and it kind of just snuck past the pad of Zach Hayes, and the Gators finally get one here late in this third period. Trying to get the puck to the center of the ice. It's Horowitz. Shot, scores! His second of the game, his second power play goal of the game, and the Gators do get one on the 5-on-3 man advantage. And it's now 8-5, South Carolina. Telab, he's got a chance. Working in on the goaltender, makes a move and scores! Little toe drag to shot combo, and Max Telab puts the Gators up 1-0 early.
Mikey Katz able to do it, fires, scores! Mikey Katz. It's a 2-1 game here in the Igloo.
Yeah, he was one of our players to watch. He's the leading point scorer for Florida so far this season.
To Horowitz. Fires, scores! Gators up by 2. It's a power play goal.
Gators picking up right where they left off on Friday night.
Now here's a chance ahead. Nice stick. Will get a clean breakaway in front and scores!
That was a nice play by Mikey Katz, not giving up on the play. He kind of lost control of it for a second there, but he followed up his own shot, put back his own rebound, and extends the Gators' lead to 3. It's the usual suspects right now. Mikey Katz has 2 in this period, and Michael McCoy has 1. As Katz with it again, moving through center ice. Oh, a nice give and go there. Katz has a breakaway. Katz in on the goalie, 1-on-1, he puts it in! 5-hole goal, Mikey Katz evens this game up 1-1.
An absolutely beautiful shot there in transition, gets a breakaway, sneaks back here for the second period of action from Community First Igloo in Jacksonville, Florida. UF and FAU at a 0-0 draw through the first 20 minutes. We're passing off the play-by-play duties to my good buddy Matthew Rothmann right here. First period of play-by-play hockey for you for this season in the season finale. So best of luck to you, my friend.
Yeah, especially, and you know, I'll say, what were your thoughts really on that first period? Because we saw a lot of chances for both teams, but defensively was where both teams really stood out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, defensively, it's been a masterclass for both teams. Both sides really breaking up a lot of the chances and the extended offensive zone time that either other side are having. And, you know, it's just been a really hard day for both lines of forwards. Some short benches for both teams that are made a little bit more difficult, some gassed legs. But we'll see what happens here in period number 2 as we get set for action.
Before first intermission at the break, Gators 0, Owls 0. I'm here with Noah Horowitz, Gators defenseman. You know, Noah, what stood out for the Gators in the first period? It's been pretty good defensively, would you say?
Yeah, we know they're a fast team. We just try to contain them defensively all the way. They're fast. They hold on the puck really well in their O zone, and they're really quick on the transition too. So we try to limit their chances by limiting our mistakes. And I think in the first period we did a pretty good job of doing that, keeping them the outside. If they want to shoot, we let them shoot just from the outside, nothing in front. So that was our D mentality. 0-0 right now. A lot can change, but that's been our that's what we want to do.
So going into the second period, what would you say has to change? And in terms of defense, it's been going well, but offense, what could you guys do to generate chances?
Definitely, we need to get the puck out of our own zone. They've been holding the puck for a minute at a time in our own zone. If we get it out and start holding in their zone a little bit more, having more offensive zone pressure, we can make things happen. We need to stop the neutral zone turnovers, getting the pucks in their zone, just working them and getting more shots to the net.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in the next period. Yep. So when we're back, we had an interview that just went by. With 1 minute into the second period, FAU with the puck, Oliverio passes it to Littman, and Florida now breaks it out of the zone. Lickeshaw, Laminin on the left side. He'll shoot it, tried to get it to the far post. That may have come off the crossbar. Going forward, and hitting it is Zielinski, and he bring it back. FAU moves forward. Littman, and it's offsides. Carter went a bit too early there for FAU, so that puck will come out of the zone for a face-off.
Yeah, we looked at that interview with Noah Horowitz, which he did a great job with, and he's just mentioned it a lot. Gators are getting stuck in their own zone. They need to apply the pressure, get out of their zone, get through neutral, and start applying some extended pressure, get into some more controlled plays in the offensive zone.
Carter wins the faceoff for FAU, but now the Gators get the puck and look for a clean transition. They can't do it. Israel will go out of the zone for FAU and will take the puck to the halfway line. Oliverio chasing it. Will hit it off the glass, and we'll find Littman in the neutral zone. Horowitz will lob it up and put it back into the FAU zone. Top line out there for Florida. The second line out there for FAU. They dump it in. Chasing it is Horowitz, as it goes now to Goldberg, who's hit hard in the corner. Big scrum for the puck. Israel shoots short side, saved. A penalty coming up, and a bit of fighting there. Israel just took down Zelmansky.
Yeah, Matt, I know you're new to watching UF hockey, but one thing that I'm not new to is watching Zach Zelmansky get into it with the opposing team. He is one of the physical forces of defense on this Florida team, an old school defenseman, if you will, and got to figure he might be the one. I don't know, he'll head off the ice, so we'll see who this call on. It's going to be on Goldberg. It looks like maybe initiated the original contact with Zelmansky, who has no problem standing up for himself.
So the penalty does go against Goldberg. And on our end, it looks like the starting defenseman, Macavina, has now come off, probably due to some injury. I know in the first period, as we saw, he did take a bit of a hit in his own end, as at the time it would have been Schraberg, who was driving to the net, took a big hit there, so big there, and it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Gators, as Israel ended up taking the penalty after hitting Zelmansky in the end. So a big chance for the Gators to capitalize on here in a scoreless game. Lukashaw to face off, and he wins it. McCoy trying to find space, will pass it to Noah Horowitz behind the net. Edwards now tries to find Lampinen. Bit of a meet up there. 3 Gators now converge. Lampinen gets it back. Assesses his options. Shoots it short side, that missed. And it goes out of the zone. Gators now have to tag back up. Starting with Noah Horowitz. He'll take it across the blue line. Puts it back to Edwards. Shot! And that's saved by Bruno. Behind the net, in front, and just missed. It was McCoy in front. The Gators still have it. Just a little bit over a minute left on the 5-on-3. Behind the net is Lukashaw. Will pass it back to the point. McCoy, Horowitz tried to find McCoy, and that's flipped out of the zone. And FAU will make a much needed change, but they only get 1 guy off. The Gators are now pushing back forward.
Yeah, and they got to work quickly. 45 seconds to go on this 5-on-3. Got to make them pay for it.
Horowitz. McCoy spins around. Back to Horowitz. He's now on the left side. Going towards the end boards, now behind the net. Passes it out front. Edwards. Shot blocked. Nice block by number 24 of FAU, Littman. And that one's fired all the way down. So a good penalty kill so far for FAU. With 10 seconds left, the Gators look to maybe create one more chance.
Got to get a quick burst here.
Lampinen and Edwards converge. Lampinen gets it back. Penalty over. Both guys back on the ice for FAU. That one's in front, sticked away by Bruno. So a big penalty kill by FAU. Despite being on the 5-on-3 disadvantage. Now in front, FAU with the puck, but can't get it on net. Going forward is McCoy. The Gators moving forward very quickly. Weinstein had the puck, and now Horowitz will take it. That's in front to Weinstein, but good defensive play there by FAU as they push the puck forward.
Yeah, Josh Weinstein gets it caught up in the skates just a little bit, but he had a lot of room open in the slot. And don't be mistaken, he's got a lot of nifty moves that he can bust out that we've seen earlier on in the season, despite how big he is.
Israel behind the net will take the puck out for FAU. He has Georgiano on the right side, but instead he takes it forward, shoots it, glove down by Lee. And a big hit on the side by Talab as the Gators will push forward, but they can't get the puck out. Littman kept it in for FAU. Shot on net, that doesn't get to the net at all. So Florida now get out of their own zone and push forward. Going forward is Talab, and push down. That's actually Freiberg, and that's gonna be boarding call, looks like. So FAU will go on the power play.
Yeah, it looks like a push right into the nameplate with a lot of space in between him and the boards. Sends him down at an awkward angle. Pretty textbook call there from the officials. Got to agree with them. And now Florida Atlantic with an opportunity of their own, their second power play of the game. Florida unable to capitalize on a 5-on-3. FAU's got 5-on-4 now. We'll see if they could answer.
Yeah, FAU struggled a little bit on their first power play, but they certainly have the talent to possibly get a goal here. Florida wins the faceoff. That one is shot behind the net, but doesn't clear out. Owens gets to it, but that one does clear. A good clearance there by Ho. As David Israel will start with the puck with FAU. Goes forward with it on the right side. Ningles a bit and then will dish it back. Baser now on the left side. He gets the puck back at the point. Israel back to Baser. Passes it to the right circle. Owens back to Israel. Fires it, blocker saved by Lee. That one goes back to Owens. He had to hit the puck out of the air. Biller finds Baser. Now it's back to Israel. On his backhand now. Gets into the right circle. And will fire it to Baser. Passes it behind the net. Baser, shot, glove down. And that one just gets out of the zone.
And a nice save there by Connor Lee, but it looked like Florida Atlantic was really, really constricting in. They were doing so well on that power play. Connor Lee able to shut down the 2 opportunities that he saw.
Baser, and that one's hit out of the zone. Good defensive play by Nicholas Ho.
Yeah, and 2 slow rollers on the 2 Florida clears all the way down.
Out in front of the net, and the net got pushed. Owens tried to feed it in front, and it looked like a defender pushed the net out, so it will be a face-off on the left side.
Well, to Jamie Goldman, if he is listening, there's 2 things that are always true of a Florida Gators hockey game. 1 is that Zach Selmansky is going to get physical, and 2, the net is going to become dislodged at some point throughout the 3 periods, probably more than once for both of those things.
FAU wins the faceoff. Back at the point, shot by Oliverio. Missed it. FAU still with the puck. Carter, Lippman at the points. Tip, but that just missed the net. And it's a high stick, it looked like.
Yeah, just waiting for the call here.
Apparently it's a net issue again. So 6 seconds left on the power play for FAU.
And now you see what I'm saying.
And behind the net and back to 5-on-5. The Gators kill this one off. Out of the box is Weinstein. Freiberg and then Weinstein came on. But FAU now puts it back into their own zone with Goldberg chasing the puck. Gets to it, but the Gators are able to clear it. Well, not just yet. Out in front, and it's deflected. The Gators now moving forward with it. In the middle, shot. That's wide of the net. McCoy gets to it. Top line out there for the Gators. Except Weinstein's now there. McCoy spins around. Behind the net. Shot in front, scores! Weinstein, the first goal of the game here in the second period, and the Gators go up 1-0.
I mean, what a shift there from Mikey McCoy. Spinning in and out of defenders, making space where there's no space available, and finally finding a pass that gets all the way through the slot. And Josh Weinstein, so much gas on that one-timer, finds the low corner and past Bruno. And that breaks the 0-0 draw, 1-0 for the Gators.
Yeah, big goal by Weinstein. He had 5 on the year coming into this game. Now 11 points on the season for Weinstein. A big play, as you said, by Mikey McCoy, who now has 23 points on the year. Florida Atlantic goes in, a blocker save by Lee on the shot by Beraldi. Florida now with the puck. Horowitz will send it around, and it's cleared out. Talab tried to get it. And now we'll get the puck in the neutral zone and dump it back in. After McAvina came off, now it's a pairing of Brockett and another defender out there for Florida Atlantic. But yeah, that puck is sent back in to the Florida Atlantic zone, and now they'll push back out with Brockett. He'll send it forward. Few changes on the line now for Florida Atlantic. It looks like Biller now, instead of being with the top line of Baser and Owens, is now with Georgiano as well. But Florida keeps the puck in, and they have a chance. Telab behind the net. Wrestled a bit with Biller. Biller gets it. Fire it to Baser, and now they break out. Speed through neutral zone. Baser through 2 defenders, shot wide. That goes off the post. What a chance by FAU.
And that's Baser doing it all himself, able to break away and cut towards center ice and break through both defenders, including Noah Horowitz, who's so good, as we know. Looks like he got caught offsides there and gives Baser a bump for his efforts.
Yeah, big chance by Baser there. Had a shot that just went wide, but the post coming to help the Gators here. With a little less than 10 minutes to go in this period. Now the top line's out there, so they had Biller on a change, but FAU unable to get their other guys off as Biller wins the faceoff. But the Gators get it back. Lampinen, short side, that's saved. What a save by Bruno to keep this a 1-0 game.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Has to get set and come out of his net quickly. Able to cut off as much of Lampinen's angle as he can. Forces him to fire pretty much into his body. Does so and able to cover it up.
Lukashaw on the faceoff. Donnie wins the faceoff. Horowitz fires it on net. Pad save by Bruno.
And they're putting Bruno to work here in the second period.
Speed out of the zone for FAU. Backhanded shot by Biller, and that's stopped. Florida still has in their own zone, and they're able to get it out. Baser now with it. Skating back in. Leaves it for Owens. Into the corner. Back to Oliverio. Israel fires it, and glove save by Lee.
And Connor Lee playing some stellar hockey in net tonight for Florida, as he always does. Really shining a lot of talent on this Florida Atlantic roster. They are missing some guys, some big-time point scorers for them. Jake Murphy, 34 points on the season through 18 games as a defenseman. So they have some really strong puck-moving D-man alongside. I mean, just imagine him next to Israel.
Florida goes forward, tried to find Sheets through the middle, but FAU will break it back out. No, they won't, as that puck is dumped back in. Oliverio with the puck gets it to Seefeld. Breaking through the middle, and many fans were calling for a penalty. That will not be the case, as Florida has the puck in their own zone, and they're able to clear it out, but that might be an icing, and it will be, as Oliverio catches it, and the puck will go back into the FAU zone.
Yeah, nice little check from Jacob Horowitz, one of the seniors on this team in the neutral zone on Harshaw for Florida Atlantic, which got some jeers from the crowd. Another big guy, a physical guy who's locked down on defense.
FAU wins the faceoff. That shot's just wide as Catone gets to it for the Owls. And a bit of a mess there as that puck goes behind the net. Chasing it is McCoy. He'll get to it and feed it out of the zone. Sheets chasing after it. Catone on his backhand will fire it to the neutral zone, but McCoy gets it. 2-on-1 for the Gators if they can use it. That shot's a knuckle puck and a good reaction save by Bruno, but they still have the puck. Blockered save now by Bruno.
Yeah, a flurry of saves here for Bruno. That original shot, I think an Owl might have gotten a stick on it just for a moment.
McCoy tried to feed the middle to Sheets. Well, a good defensive play by FAU as they now break out. They have a 3-on-2, but good recovery there for the Gators. It was Zomanski that caught up on a line change. As FAU now go back out. Lippman tried to get the puck, but lost it. Rocket now finds Goldberg. Weinstein pokes it back out. FAU struggling to get the puck in as they try to dump it back in. Now it's Jacob Horowitz who feeds it through the middle. No one there for Telab. 1-on-1, and he lost the puck. A big chance for the Gators. A defensive breakdown by FAU as they just allowed Telab a ton of space for the 1-on-1. Telab has the puck back. Nifty Dingle shot, pad save by Bruno.
Yeah, Florida been looking for that stretch pass all game, finally got it. Not sure if Bruno was able to get a poke check out there or Telab just lost it, but an opportunity.
Shot on net, sticked away. Brody, who had the shot at the point, And now Florida will get it back out. Starting with Noah Horowitz, he'll shoot it in. That one sticked side. Goes back into the zone, and Florida will make a change. FAU trying to get on the board here. It's been a bit of a tough second period. They haven't had the chances as they may have hoped for in this game. As Lampinen tries to chase the puck, but Israel will get there for FAU. As now he takes the puck forward. Through the middle, he missed Georgiano there. Florida has a 2-on-1. Lampinen, shot, short side, blocker save, goal! Well, on the rebound, Florida gets their second of the game. It's 2-0. And it's Lekashwa with the goal.
Yeah, and doing what he does best there. Liam Lekashwa is always in the right place at the right time. If you just watched that highlight reel, there's no doubt you saw some of those goals that he gets just cleaning up the mess in front. He's has a nose for the net, a nose for the puck, knows where those rebounds are going to be, and he's there, able to work with Lampinen and take advantage of that 2-on-1 as the puck bounces right to him.
A big improvement in this second period for the Gators. They had some chances in the first. They couldn't get one to go in. Now they've gotten quite more chances, more quality chances, and they've had it pay off. Baser with the puck. First line out there for FAU. Shot on net, that's sticked aside. The big chances for FAU have come with the top line on, but now it's Florida that has it with Ho. Almost got a stick to the face. Lekashwa tried to spin around. Baser couldn't do it. Now Israel lifts it out. Baser will chase after the puck and get to it. He has Biller through the middle. Now gives it to Owens. A shot. That's pad. That's a save by Lee. Now Florida able to get it out of the zone, and that one hits the top of the glass right where we are. But the puck's still in. 5 minutes left in the second period. Gators up 2-0 as Israel brings it up for FAU. Speed. Dingles behind the net now. Bit of a scrum there, and the Gators come out with it. And they're able to make a clean exit. But Baser with the puck and a reverse hit there on Edwards. A shot by Biller, that rattled off the glass, and that one is cleared out of the zone. Does it have the speed for icing? No, the referee waves it off. Catone now bringing it up the ice for FAU. Fires it in. Now going behind the net. And Horowitz comes out with it. Bit of a misplaced pass there. And Sheets tries to chase it on Catone. He gets there first, but unable to retrieve the puck. Seefeld gets by Horowitz, but passes it straight to Olenek. Bruno behind his net. And Catone able to get it, but came off the stick. And Florida now has it in the O-zone with a big chance to make it 3-0 right here. Weinstein behind the net. Nifty stick work there. Short side and off the pad, and then the glove by Bruno.
Yeah, that's a crazy bounce, and credit to Bruno for being able to make that save. A really tough one. 2 goals surrendered here in period number 2 for the FAU netminder, but really been playing some stellar hockey in net in his own right.
And Florida's had quite a lot of chances in the second period. A mere contrasting period compared to the first one. They had some chances, but not many that were high, clear chances. Talab now tried to backhand it to the slot, but no one there for the Gators. Chasing the puck back is Olenek. He'll get to it. And now in the middle is Seefeld going in, and that one just went over the net. Noah Horowitz will pass it to Olenek. Weinstein tries to make the exit, can't do it. That one's in front, and just a good defensive play by Horowitz, being able to get the stick there, and that will be a bit much for icing. So the puck will go back to the other end. Gators will have to keep all their guys on the ice with just under 3 minutes to go in the second period. As I said, mere contrast to the first period, the Gators have had bigger chances, and they've been able to capitalize despite not scoring on the 5-on-3 power play earlier in the period as FAU wins the faceoff. Tone behind the net. That's now back to the point. Shot and a big tip up, and that one will go back in. Brockett tried to keep it in and calling it on the tip. That'll come out to neutral ice.
Yeah, some good work here by Florida. As you mentioned, we're not able to capitalize on that 5-on-3 power play that they had, but they've more than made up for it with the 2 goals that they've scored since then. I think that lit a bit of a fire under them as well to kind of lock in and execute more efficiently on offense.
Lickishaw took a spill right there as FAU brings it forward with Littman. He'll fire it behind the net with Cotter. Florida almost made a big mistake there, leaving the puck behind in the middle. Jacob Horowitz gets to it, but Cotter gets there for FAU. Tried to feed it back, but a good hit on the end boards by Lickishaw. Brockett on the feed, finds Littman on the left side. He slipped there, and the Gators can now break out. Lampinen on the right circle, shot, and it goes through the 5-hole of Bruno. Wow.
I mean, I didn't really know what was going to happen there. It looked like Bruno had the original save, but it just trickles through the legs. You see him slam the stick in a bit of frustration. Lampinen had Zelmansky with him skating down the left wing and chooses to take the shot himself, and just a bad bounce for Bruno and a lucky bounce for Florida.
Yeah, big period for the Gators, their 3rd goal of the period. Despite having a shorthanded team, only 15 skaters for the Gators today. They're only playing 2 pairings and basically 3 full lines plus an extra player in Jack Muse. But the Gators up 3-0 as a close shot is saved by Bruno, and then he gives the puck to his players, but they're unable to convert. McCoy going through the middle, past 3 defenders, shot on net, and that one goes wide. Israel taking it back out. Baser, the top line out for FAU. If they want to score, this is their chance. And a good defensive play by the Gators, stopping Baser. Oliverio has to wait as it's a delayed offsides. Captain Biller tried to pass it through, but Baser wasn't ready. McCoy has Edwards on the left, gives in the middle, shot. What a save by Bruno. Puck still loose. Edwards able to get to that. Sheets has to go back. And he gets past Israel. McCoy tried to feed the middle. Horowitz on the left side. He'll get it back. Shot and saved by Bruno with 30 seconds left.
And Horowitz gets the tip he's looking for Mikey McCoy in front, but bounces right into the chest of Bruno, who, again, despite the 3 goals surrendered, has been playing really, really good. I think that last goal you can chalk up to maybe saying was his fault, but the other 2, I mean, one was a cleanup goal from Lickishaw that he really had no chance at, and the first one from Weinstein happened so fast, and he was just a bit out of position on the one-timer.
A shot by Jacob Horowitz, that one sticked aside. Goes into the middle, tried to find Gator there. And that one's back in FAU, trying to break out with 10 seconds left. Shut down by Florida. Telab gets to it. Outgoing Freiberg behind the net. 2 seconds left. He has to put one up. Shot by Horowitz, and that didn't get to the net. But what a big period by the Florida Gators. 3-0. But
yeah,
big period for the Gators. 3 goals in that period.
Yeah, 3 goals throughout that one. Weinstein, the first one off the dish from Mikey McCoy. And then we had Liam Lickishaw and Then a really nice one from Keegan Lampinen as well for all 3 in that period. But that will wrap us for period number 2.
Yeah, and now we go to slap shot with Lampinen.
This is the Orange and Blue Sports Network, the official broadcast provider of Florida Gators club hockey. All season long, OBSN will have you covered both on and off the ice. This is Swamp Slapshot with Jamie Goldman and Rob Russo on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Welcome into this edition of Swamp Slapshot. I'm Jamie Goldman alongside Rob Russo. As always, our player guest today, sophomore Keegan Lampinen from Tampa, Florida. Keegan, what's going on? Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, no, let's have some fun here today. So let's start with the good. You guys are coming off a weekend sweep, Alabama and Auburn, 3 wins. What was it like to get up there and finally, get some wins, get the losing streak done and get back on track a little bit?
It was definitely a much-needed weekend there. It was great to go out, get those wins, get the points that we needed, and it was a good battle. Alabama was a close game, 5-4. Then we did really good against Auburn, beat them pretty well both games. It was a good weekend, something we definitely needed.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about that Alabama game. You said it was 5-4. I was kind of tracking the score a little bit. It was like back and forth for a while. Then it was 4-4, and then you guys won it in the last couple minutes. So kind of take me through that game and that experience.
Yeah, it was a pretty close game towards the end, during the third period. I'm pretty sure we were up 4-2, and they scored 2 quick ones. So that was tied with about a minute and a half left. And then we had Mikey Katz go and score a huge goal for us at the very end. It was phenomenal too. It was a very skillful, just went through 3 defenders. Exactly. Definitely what you would expect out of him. But yeah, it was definitely an exciting game. Definitely, something that we were obviously working really hard to get the win under us after, the rough start. But yeah, it was a hard-fought game. It's definitely, you could see that we wanted it. You know, we went out there, worked hard, and we got paid off for it for sure.
Love that.
Yeah, and then you guys kept it going. 2 games at Auburn after that, came out with 2 wins there. What'd you see? What improvements did you make for those games? Again, you went into Alabama, you had that losing streak, you were able to get a really gritty, hard-fought win there, and it looks like you kind of came out firing on all cylinders against Auburn.
Yeah, it was just, we slowed the game down more. We started working towards our strengths. I feel like before the games, we just we're making silly mistakes, making passes, making plays that we just really didn't need to be making, mistakes that, we're better than. But for these games, we really dialed it in, really focused on, what we do best, and we just really hit that hard, and it worked out for us.
Yeah. So I know you guys usually, for your home games at least, you guys travel kind of on your own. Did you guys take a team bus to this one?
Yeah,
or?
we did. I more or less every time we go out of state, at the very least, or any sort of long road trip, we'll take a bus, so we don't have to be driving 7-8 hours on our own.
So it's probably a good little team bonding experience having to, stay on the bus with all the boys and get up there and then come back. And
yeah, no, it's definitely bus rides are fun.
Yeah.
We all get, like you said, a bunch of team bonding.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking the whole time. I think it's really beneficial for us.
What do you guys do on the bus? You guys kind of just hang out? Is there anything specific you guys do to pass the time? Or?
It depends. I know, on the way back, everyone's tired.
Yeah.
So most guys are sleeping. Towards the beginning, on the way up there, usually we go pretty early.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of to wake up a bit.
tired.
People got homework to do because it's still a Friday. People still got, schoolwork going on.
Yep.
But, yeah, for the most part, people are just either sleeping, doing school, or just hanging out, talking, just being buddies.
Probably a fun one after this weekend, after 3 wins, kind of getting back on track this weekend.
Yeah, no, it was a fun bus ride going back for sure.
Yeah.
A bit louder than the one back from Knoxville, I would say.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely a different just atmosphere overall. Right. Yeah.
So did you guys get to check out any of the campuses while you were up there? I know you went to Alabama and Auburn. So
yeah, unfortunately we weren't able to check out Alabama, but we were able to see Auburn after the game on Saturday. We just went out, saw the campus. We saw their tradition of toilet papering their trees after winning a football game.
Dude, we were just talking about that. That's crazy. I didn't know they did that.
I'm not sure why they do it. I don't know the history behind it, but I mean, it was cool to see.
Wait, you guys got to see it in action? Like, did they win this past weekend? Or?
Yeah, they did win it. We didn't see them physically throwing it up, but when we got there, we saw the trees covered. And
wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I don't know how I'd feel about that here. I'm glad the Gators don't do that kind of
Me
stuff.
too. But let them do them, I guess.
Yeah, I guess do your thing, Auburn. Do your thing. So so I kind of want to know a little bit about you. So you had a monster year last year. 25 goals, 22 assists, 47 points. One of the leaders on the team points wise in your freshman year. How did you kind of come in and just kind of start making an impact right off the bat?
Yeah, I mean, I've just been doing what I've been doing my whole life. I've been a hockey player since I can remember. So I just went in there, did what I'm used to doing, and thankfully I have a decent skill set, from just working all these years, and I just used that, and it turned out pretty good for me and for the rest of the team.
Yeah, for sure. We saw that a lot last year. So, we were talking a little bit before the pod. You're from Tampa. You're a Lightning fan. Is there any specific player that maybe you've modeled your game after, or like your favorite player or something like that growing up?
I would say my favorite player growing up, I kind of have to split it between Stamkos and St. Louis.
Okay.
Those are just the two idols. Just when I was younger, being a Bolts fan, they were just the top two guys.
Yeah.
They were always leading the pack there. So I definitely say those were my two idols, looking up to them.
Got you. So, thoughts on Stammer in Nashville? I saw he just came back to Tampa.
Well, we did get the win off of them. So
did they?
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was in overtime too.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. It just doesn't look right.
I know.
Stamkos in that
weird.
yellow in Nashville. I don't know. I think he belongs in Tampa.
I agree. It was definitely weird to see him on the other side for sure.
But they did a nice little tribute for him. I saw they put together a nice tribute video for him. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a couple games coming up. We got a bit of a break right now before this, and then we'll head on the road now right to Lakeland to play Florida Southern. So how are you guys heading into that one? I know you have some more in-state competition, USF, to follow that the week after, right? Heading into that. More juice behind those games. You know some of those guys on those teams?
Yeah, a couple guys. I know we're going into those games very optimistically, those games that we should win. So we're definitely going in there with, like the urgency to go out, make those good wins, just, go hard and just, just compete. Like I said, we're optimistic about it. So we're going in with a good mentality, and I know we're going to go in and get the job done.
Did you guys play them last year? I don't remember.
Florida Southern, we did not.
Okay,
no.
You don't. Because I always like to know about, like Embry-Riddle is a crazy environment, you know, and, like, how these kind of teams kind of compare. So I don't know. We'll have to see with Florida Southern in a couple weeks from now. So let's talk about Keegan Lampinen off the ice a little bit. So everyone that comes on this pod gets this question at some point. So the rink is closed. All the homework is done. You got nothing going on. What is Keegan Lampinen doing on a day off?
On a day off, honestly, first and foremost, I just like to relax, just take it easy. If I do come across a day off, I think that's definitely something that I'll look forward to for sure.
Kind of doing fun.
Kicking back, relaxing, just hanging out with buddies.
Yep.
If I don't have any schoolwork or anything to do, just sit down, hang with all the guys. Just chill out, more or less.
Guy's just a bro. That's
exactly.
That's all it is.
Pretty much.
That's all it is. I love that.
So you're in a frat with a whole bunch of the guys on the team. How has that been? You think you guys got some extra chemistry because you spent a lot more time off the ice?
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely. I personally love it having the guys there for the hockey team, and then also for the fraternity. I get to see them a whole lot more than even the other guys. So you definitely create some sort of bond. There's definitely a little bit more chemistry between there, and I think it definitely helps us in our game too. Just having that extra like buddy, like chemistry going on.
Yeah, so. Definitely. No, I mean, especially, we talk about it. You guys have to practice so far away. Any extra chemistry's got to help,
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll go a little bit more into, how you started playing hockey, how you grew up playing hockey. Tampa kid,
You said you played for the Alliance. I know this is a little bit more Jamie's territory. I played up in the Northeast, so I don't really know too much about it, but give us a little breakdown of how and when you started playing and kind of your journey through it.
Yeah, so I started playing. It's actually a pretty crazy story. So when my youngest brother was born, we had to hire a nanny just because my parents are working. We were old enough then to be a preschool or kindergarten, and the nanny that we hired for my brother turned out to be a figure skating coach.
Oh, wow.
And then also on top of that, my father owns a auto body shop that is right across from the Brandon Ice Rink. So we kind of took that as an opportunity, be like, okay, she's a figure skating coach, and I have an older sister.
Right.
And so then she started taking lessons with her, and she still figure skates to this day. And then she was doing that, so then I tried it out. And I just started skating, eventually went into the mini mites, just the very, very start of it. And to be honest, I just kind of fell in love with it. Like, it was just a great time going out there, and I just continued working at it. Like, just growing up, I was trying every sport. I've played baseball, football, all of that. But hockey's just really the one that stuck, and that's the one that I just kept working at. And, like, I'm glad I stuck with it because it's turned out phenomenal for me. I love playing it, and it's a pretty great.
Yeah, awesome. And you played with the same club pretty much your whole life?
Yeah, where I started off just playing, when you're younger, you just play for, like, that team wasn't like a thing yet, I guess, at that age. So I started off playing for the Junior Bulls out of Brandon.
Yep.
And then I moved to the Florida Alliance, started playing. I played there for years. I can't give you an exact number, but it was a very long time. And we were pretty successful there. During my 15-0 year, we actually went to the finals of nationals, and we lost to Honey Bake there. But that was that was a pretty crazy run. We almost got the win there, but bummed that we didn't. But still, that's just a crazy experience, crazy time. But yeah, Florida Alliance, it's what I've been playing essentially my entire life, and it's been great to me before coming here.
There you go.
So your sister figure skates, you probably spent a lot of time at the rink just kind of waiting around for her, or her waiting around for you. It seems like the whole family kind of just bought into, okay, we're spending time at the rink here. Sister's a figure skater, you're the hockey player, and then you got the dad running the auto body shop right across from the rink. That kind of just works out, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's why it's just such a crazy, like, it was almost too perfect for it to happen.
It just made sense.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And then you fell in love with the game, so it worked out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, how many siblings do you have? I know you mentioned the older sister.
Yeah, I have 3. I have 2 younger brothers and an older sister.
Wow, a big family.
Yeah,
big family. So, what are the age differences between you guys?
My sister is about a year and a half older than me. She's a junior right now. She goes to Notre Dame.
Okay. Still figure skating?
Yeah, still
Does
figure
she do
skating.
it competitively, or?
They have like a club up there.
Okay.
She used to be. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
But for being a figure skater, if you're going to be like competitive, serious, you essentially have to be like at an Olympic level. Like, you have to be crazy good. But she's very solid. I know for the figure skating club up there, they go and travel. They do competitions.
Awesome.
So she's still going at it, and I hear she's doing pretty good.
There you go.
And then for my brothers, it's essentially like more or less a 2-year difference.
Okay.
Each way down.
Got
so
it.
right now, one of my brothers is a senior in high school.
Okay.
Other one's a sophomore.
Either of them coming here, do you think, or?
I hope so. That'd be great. I know the older one, the senior, he's applied to a few colleges. Applied here, obviously. We're still waiting to hear back.
Just going through that process right now.
Yeah, exactly. But I got my fingers crossed. It would be great for him to come here.
There's some hockey players as well?
No, unfortunately.
No?
My youngest, the senior, he used to do cross country.
Okay.
So he was a runner. And then the youngest one, he does football and then a bit of wrestling too.
Okay, cool. So very athletic family.
Yeah, everyone's doing everyone has a sport that they're doing. Everyone's working hard in that.
Got you. So what kind of led you to come to Florida? So I know you said you were playing for the Alliance. Like, that's a pretty good team. Was there ever thoughts to maybe going up north, playing juniors, going, a higher level school, or just were you always set on coming here?
No, it was actually a very, very big decision. Coming out of my senior year, I figured out that I was accepted into UF. And then I also had a contract to go play in the CCHL, which
Okay.
is a junior A league
Yeah.
up in Canada.
What team?
For the Navingrads. So
Okay.
it was right outside of Ontario. It was a very small town, almost like middle of nowhere.
That would have been a big move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went up, visited there, had a skate, basically got an offer to join the team, and I spent probably like a month or two just debating what route I wanted to go with. At the end of the day, obviously I chose to come to UF, and that was just primarily just looking at the future of the two paths.
Yeah.
I felt like UF was just way too good of an opportunity to miss out on. And I knew that I could come here, keep playing hockey, keep pursuing that
Back for the third period of action here from Jacksonville. A 3-0 lead for Florida after a big offensive explosion of a period. Did not convert on a 5-on-3, but then 3 goals sequentially from I'm blanking.
Weinstein,
there we go.
Lickeshaw, and then
Better than me. Better than me. All right, so three quick goals there. You just saw them last period. If you missed them, go back and check them out. Quick one from Weinstein, gets it off the feed from Mikey McCoy in the corner, a one-timer. And then Liam Lickeshaw cleans it up, puts one above Bruno. And also Happy Valentine's Day, we'll throw that in there. And then we got hearts from the J School today, so we thought we'd include that as well. And then Keegan Lampinen on a 2-on-1, looks off Zach Zelmansky on the left wing and buries one 5-hole. So that's how we got to where we are right now. We got an interview with Keegan Lampinen, who scored that third goal, coming up right now.
Second intermission, Gators up 3-0 against FAU. Here with a goal scorer, Keegan Lampinen. So for you guys, you had a 5-on-3 power play early in the period. That didn't really go to fruition, but you came back and scored 3 goals at even strength. What was the key to doing that?
Yeah, we just, honestly, things just started clicking on offense. I think we played a really good game so far. We had a couple great chances that just didn't go our way. But, luckily we kind of fixed up a couple of things. Everything went a little smoother, and we got some bounces our way.
So what do you think was the big contrasting thing from the first period where you guys may not have had your best period on offense for the second period?
Yeah, I just think, we started getting in a groove. First period, we just came on, kind of, things started off a bit rough, and then we kind of smoothed into it a little bit. Second period, we got a first period skate under us, kind of got our legs going a little bit, and to me, it also seemed like maybe FAU got a little bit tired, a little bit lazy at times, and we were to capitalize on that.
So you scored the third goal, and it was sort of interesting. You were in the right dot, you had a passing option, but you took a shot and it ended up going through the 5-hole of the goalie. How would you say that goal was for you?
Yeah, it was a good goal. Good looks on Zelmo there, going in for the 2-on-1. I was looking his way, trying to see if there was a lane for him. There wasn't. So I just kind of took my time, waited for an opening. I saw the goalie kind of hesitate a little bit, so I just ripped the 5-hole where I saw an opening.
Well, thank you, Keegan. And 3-0 Gators, second intermission.
Back here for period number 3. 27 seconds have just gone by. Rocco Bruno able to make a glove save on a rolling puck towards the net. Will set up an offensive zone faceoff for Florida. And we are ahead for action here in period number 3. Rob Russo, Matt Rothmann on the call with you today for the Orange and Blue Sports Network. The final game of the regular season for Florida before they head to the D1 National Tournament in March, right back here in Jacksonville. And there's a hard shot towards the net, shoved away by Connor Lee off the shoulder. Israel able to hold the zone for FAU, trying to get on the board for the first time today. Connor Lee posting a clean sheet so far. Brody Sheets can't clear the zone. Nice job by David Israel to hold on to it. Now here's a one-timer, finds Connor Lee. He's able to push it aside with the paddle. As Brody Sheets jumps off a full line change for Florida, the forwards at least. And there's a glove save by Connor Lee that'll allow Olenek and Horowitz to perhaps make a change as well. And get a full 5 fresh for Florida.
The one thing that's been clear throughout this entire game is that for FAU, their biggest offensive output has come from the top line, and once again, they create some big chances right there. But Connor Lee has been really good this game up to the task.
And both players in the faceoff circle a bit tied up with one another, but Gators able to come out with it. Flipped ahead by Keegan Lampinen to Liam Likashwa along the right wing. A battle for it at the blue line. And it finds its way deep in the Florida Atlantic zone. Gators come out with it. Keegan Lampinen pokes it ahead to Horowitz. Bruno steers it away towards the corner. Finds his man. Keegan Lampinen able to pick it up, drop it back to Jacob Horowitz, who dumps it back in deep for Florida. Now Goldberg comes onto it. Gets it to Cotter. Got some speed, got some numbers, but Zelmansky gets the stick in the way. Goldberg gets a drop pass and a big save by Connor Lee. Gets the glove out. Right place, right time. Shuts down the Owls.
Yeah, point blank right there. Littman finds quite a bit of space. Might be one of the few times we've seen this Gators defense sort of break down a bit in front of the net, but just a brilliant save by Lee, who's, as we've said, has had such a great night.
Beraldi is in the circle. He'll drop the faceoff to Max Tellap. FAU trying to regain possession, but Josh Weinstein says not today. He'll dump it in deep. No Gators at the blue line in time. They'll have to touch up. They do so. And from the neutral zone, Noah Horowitz will dump it in for his teammates. Olenek able to hold the zone, get it across to the left point for Horowitz, who works it in deep, fires. That one goes off the side of the net. Now here's FAU with a burst of speed. It's Beraldi along the left wing, cuts around Olenek, fires one through the middle. And
seemed to come off a stick right there.
Yeah, roofed out of play into the netting by FAU. That'll stop play 3 minutes into period number 3. Here on this Friday night, Valentine's Day. D1 versus D2 showdown here in Jacksonville. A big in-state matchup for these two teams with a lot of history with one another. Stabile fires one. That one goes off the leg of Evan Edwards. But FAU able to hold the zone. And once again, they do so. Getting the puck away from McCoy. Now it's Florida through center. Broken up by Stabile, who fires one. That one goes off the stick of Zelmansky and out of play.
Now, once again, a Gator defender. And that's what's been the key thing for this Gators defense the entire game. They haven't been as good defensively most of the season, but this game in particular, they've been first to getting the shots. They've been first to getting their body on the line, and that's really hampered this FAU offense that's had a pretty good year.
Zelmansky, after the win on the draw, fires it ahead for Brody Sheets. And Bruno able to make a big save as the net comes dislodged. Plenty of bodies going, a lot of speed towards the pipes.
Yeah, 2-on-1 there for Florida. Sheets decides to shoot it. Had a really good chance in that left circle, unable to convert.
So Evan Edwards back in the faceoff dot. Wins it, gets it to Sheets. And an opportunity squirts by Rocco Bruno. But no Florida Gators there to help capitalize. Now they'll have to chase back Mikey McCoy. Gains possession, nice flip ahead by Evan Edwards. Gators touch up and through into the O-zone. FAU had a chance ahead, but unable to, again, find a man to make a pass to. Now it's Florida. Sheets with speed, but the puck too far out in front of him. FAU able to knock him off his feet and dump it away, but got to start applying some offensive pressure. Down 3-0. A nice opportunity there for Nick Oliverio, is shut down by Lee, and a whistle sounds.
They blew the whistle. I wonder if they ref called a penalty. I'm not sure what the call was. It looks like more of an offsides, if anything. That's why they bring the puck back out.
It looks like the officials had to fix the piping of the net. Again, if you are a fan of Florida Gators hockey, you know that this is nothing new for the Igloo. 15:20 to go here in period number 3, the final frame of action in the regular season for both of these teams. Gators head to nationals after this. FAU has the Division II College Hockey South playoffs to follow, and then nationals as Ho has a sharp angle shot cut off by Bruno.
Oh, and he actually scored it. Seems like they were celebrating, unless the puck didn't go in. Not sure what the call is. They were convening behind the net. The Gator players were celebrating.
Well, Ho took a sharp angle shot. They're trying to locate where the puck actually is, whether it's on the inside or outside of the netting. Would have been a tough one for Bruno to make regardless. A save to make regardless. And it looks like it will be a face-off as normal. So it must have got lodged on the outside of the netting. FAU gets a break off a really good chance for Nicholas Ho.
And the referees are now convening to the coach.
Just explaining to Coach Pasquale the situation. And we are back in action with Liam Lickeshaw heading to the faceoff dot with Captain Leon Biller for FAU. FAU winners of 17 of their last 18. And here's a breakaway opportunity for Biller, but came in with too much speed. Connor Lee able to set a poke check. And a hooking call on what could have been a breakaway chance for FAU.
Yeah, Olenek ends up taking the penalty, but I think Florida's going to be pretty happy taking the penalty there. That probably would have been a breakaway goal had he not got the stick in there, but that was one of the few times we've seen FAU actually try to dump the puck over Florida, and that time it worked. And a lot of it has been through the middle, but that was the first time they sort of did that.
Yeah, and they'll definitely take this one on Olenek, because without possession of the puck, Biller not awarded a penalty shot, which could have been the case had he just had his stick on it a moment earlier, but the pass a few inches too far ahead for him. Basher gets it down low to his captain, Biller. FAU desperate for a goal. Quarter way through period number 3. Basher, cross pass, goes over the stick of Beraldi. Biller to Basher, back to the point. Now Owens skates it down low, wrapping through Biller at a pass in front. Oh, a nice opportunity there, but Connor Lee shuts the door. FAU closing in. Here's a shot towards net. That one punched out of the air with the blocker by Lee. And FAU will have to retreat back to their own zone and maybe get some fresh bodies on for power play 2. Owens drops it back to Basher, who puts one on net. And Connor Lee able to kick save with the left blocker. 46 seconds left to go on the man advantage. Max Tellab dumps it back in deep for Florida, taking some precious time off the clock for FAU. Trying to come back into this game late. Here's a pass in front for Goldberg. Bounces out to David Israel, who fires, and that one goes off the shin pad of Noah Horowitz. Littman holds the zone for FAU, has some time, passes across, intercepted by Max Tellab, who dumps it out. With 10 seconds left to go on the penalty, FAU looking for one big rush through the middle. That's like all they might have as Olenek comes out of the box. And the power play expires for the Owls.
Yeah, once again, Florida does a good job keeping the Owls to the outside. They didn't let them get to the middle. And as Noah Horowitz said after the first intermission, he felt the defense did a really good job keeping them to the outside. And once again, we see that in this third period on the penalty kill.
And not able to break through the teeth of the defense as Ziemba tries to play it off the boards, but it floats out of the offensive zone. Now here's an opportunity for Telab, one-handed, big save by Bruno, and a second chance opportunity goes wide of the net. Now it's the Gators in control. They're buzzing now, and a massive hit along the boards by Brody Sheets. My goodness. Zelmansky on the back line. We'll flip it up ahead for McCoy. FAU trying to break out of their zone. No icing there as it's touched up along the red line. Brody Sheets gets a receipt for that previously laid hit. And FAU once again has to retreat. Here comes Stabile. Just backhands one onto Connor Lee, who's able to ward that one away. Now it's Edwards through center. Jacob Horowitz. Down low on the ice, takes a spill. Puck comes loose. And now Biller ahead for Florida Atlantic. He's got numbers. Passes behind Owens. And a backhand through the middle, scores! That was absolutely nasty by FAU, and they find the scoreboard. It's Brady Baser, who's been looking for a goal all game, so much speed. He's able to clean it up with a beautiful pass.
Yeah, and FAU, of course, as we mentioned most of the night, the big part of their offensive output is that top line, Baser, Biller, and Owens. That time, Biller puts a pass behind Owens, but Owens does a really good job finding Baser in the middle. And of course, the guy with 19 goals on the year in 21 games makes it 20.
And FAU once again with the win on the draw. And now they have life. 10 minutes to go here in period number 3. Now here's an opportunity for Florida as Liam Lickeshwad chases that puck all the way down, no icing. Baser flips it past Nick Ho. Now Owens in a battle with Olenek. Puck finds Israel. Has a lane, fires, loose puck in front. Bounces behind the net. And will head all the way down the other way for an icing.
Yeah, almost could have been disastrous for the Gators there. Lee makes the initial save, but that's the one that you cannot allow a rebound to, is straight to the chest on the shot by Israel. And luckily for the Gators, that rebounded shot just went wide of the net. But these next 10 minutes will be huge. The Gators, we knew, were already shorthanded coming into this game. Now the last 10 minutes will prove how well they could really stay conditioned.
David Israel has his shot go off the body of Nicholas Ho, and the Gators will get a break and be able to clear the zone just for a moment. Finds Keegan Lampinen on the blue line, who fires one quickly from the point and into the glove of Rocco Bruno. But this is a Florida Atlantic team who can come back into any game. You don't win 17 in a row by giving up before the game ends. So 9:46 to go is plenty of time for 2 goals from this team. Again, just split with High Point last week, and that was the first time this team has lost in months. And here's a quick opportunity in front, but Bruno has the pads down, able to shut the door on Max Telap. Puck dropped off to the point. Here's a shot, stays all the way on the ice. And seen well by the Gators defense. Now here's a chance. Florida. Telab loses control. And back out to center we go. Cotter. Pass into the slot. Somehow held on to it and tried to fire one around to his teammate, but can't find anyone. Now it's Jack Muse. Weinstein fires that one off the left pad. And it squirts free to FAU. Outlet pass is defended well by Zelmansky. Dumps back out to neutral zone. Goldberg, nifty move, but Olenek able to lock it down and then get some help from McCoy on a second chance. Now firing on the one-timer. As the whistle sounds, was Brockett.
Seemed like the post once again. Yeah, the net comes unloose. But as you mentioned, Olenek plays a really good part in that defense. Showed it right there, keeping the FAU forward to the outside. And then the Gator defense really has been compact most of the night. They showed it right there. A shot that once again doesn't hit Lee, and as a result,
Gators win the draw and look to release from the defensive zone. FAU dumps it deep now, 8 minutes to work with. A standstill in the corner with multiple bodies, and finally Evan Edwards able to shoot this one all the way down the other way. Brockett giving chase. He'll pick it up before the icing. FAU with some numbers. Puck drops back to the blue line. FAU holds the zone. Some nifty stick work there along the far boards, but no match for Florida's defense. Very, very solid all game. Brody Sheets chasing down alongside his line mate McCoy. Now here's a shot from Evan Edwards. Won't go. And now it's Horowitz as the puck is bobbled in front and finally swallowed by the netminder Rocco Bruno.
Yeah, a couple of chances there for the Gators this time. The first shot they had was a shot from the slot, but it was blocked by the skate of one of the FAU defenders, but they kept it in. Horowitz with a nice pass to the end boards, and they created another chance there, but Bruno once again to the rescue for the Owls.
And a whistle sounds. Looks like someone jumped too early on the face-off. And so we'll go again. 7:20 on the clock. 3-1 your score. Florida scoring 3 in the second frame. And FAU breaking their scoring drought here midway through the third. Now trying to force a miracle comeback here on Florida's home ice. A hard shot goes off the pads of Connor Lee. Seefeld gets it to Ziemba, but the Gator is able to break free. It's Liam Likashwa who will flip it in and get past Israel. Here's a shot towards the net, goes wide from Jacob Horowitz, but Zach Zelmansky does a good job sticking with it. Keegan Lampinen guarding the point for him now in a chase back. Another one punched out of the air by Lee. Second chance, hard off the backboards. Harshaw fires, that one goes off a body in front. Israel can't hold the zone. And the Gators come right through. It's Keegan Lampinen to the net. And shut down by Bruno.
With the top line on for Florida, they had uncharacteristically had too much time in their own end, but they make a clean breakout that time. Lampinen one-on-one with the goalie, unable to finish, and another big stop by Bruno.
Bruno 9-2 record coming into today's game as Olenek fires. That one goes off Weinstein in front. A .905 save percentage on the year. 11 starts for Bruno. As part of a really strong netminder duo alongside Brian Brady, number 31, in reserve tonight. Weinstein gloves one down. Here's an opportunity. That one fired wide with a lot of power on it. Gators hold the zone and lose it here. Now it's a one-on-one. Owens waited for his man, but Baser took too long to get there. Weinstein bodied off the puck. FAU 5 minutes to work and 2 goals to make up. Owens with speed, drops it to Baser, fires. That one goes off the chest of Connor Lee. Sheets clears the zone. Israel puts it back in for FAU and then right back out to Evan Edwards. Going one-on-one with Israel. Wraparound pass is intercepted by the Owls. Now the Navy in red heading the other way. A shot from Israel, dead-on glove save from Connor Lee.
Now as you head into the final 4.5 minutes, you're going to see FAU try to really double shift in not only the top line, but Israel defenseman. He's still out there at the moment. But their best chances have come with Baser, Owens, and Biller on there. So we'll likely see them in another like 45 or so seconds.
Littman somehow able to hold the zone. And so FAU ready to give it another go. Israel maintains, dances, gets a pass off to the right wing, and Connor Lee does the splits, makes a save, and the net comes dislodged. And bodies flying everywhere. Referees come to break up the situation. And it looks like Zach Zelmansky will head to the penalty box. But just to go back, what an incredible save from Connor Lee, who drops down. I mean, that was incredibly athletic, does a full split. The net was wide open otherwise.
Yeah, it was incredible, and he's just able to put the right pad to cover the post, and that was really why the puck didn't enter the net. I thought it entered the net when he got pushed in, which probably wouldn't have been a goal anyway because of goaltender interference, but he was able to really keep this a 2-goal game, which is very important, and Florida forgot they were on a penalty kill because they had 5 men out there.
That was one of, if not the best save we've seen here at the Igloo from Lee all season. He's playing on his head today. We'll see if he can ward off this power play attack from FAU. Gators perfect on the PK so far tonight. Goldberg takes a spill along the left wing. Not what they needed as the Gators get a dump. Goldberg, Littman. Drops it to Oliveira. And there's a shot on net and a wraparound attempt by Harshaw. He is broken up in front. Cotter holds at the point, no look past it. Israel, and Littman fires one just wide off the left post. Here's another chance. Goldberg puts it in front. Littman, no lane to shoot, but fires anyway, and the Gators get a break. All the way through. Israel able to break up a one-on-one opportunity for Josh Schreiberg. And now he'll head back the other way. Israel fires, deflected off Horowitz into the netting.
Well, but what a chance FAU had on that left dot. Littman with the shot doesn't get all of it, and I think that's the main reason he's unable to get that to go in. Just basically grazed in. Lee was able to get his right pad there, but no, they've had chances, FAU, on their power play. Probably their best power play so far of the day. They've caused Florida to really think in their possessions, and now they have their top unit out there with Baser and Owens.
Now here's a big opportunity. Still got 33 seconds left to go on the power play, but Florida, Noah Horowitz, being an absolute pest on the blue line, breaks it up. 23 seconds left to go on the man up. 2:34 left to go in the game. Baser drops it to Owens. Has no room to move around Schreiber. We'll get a little bit of space now. Israel fires. That one goes wide of the net. Connor Lee somehow gets back in front to make a stop. And the penalty will come to a close. Zelmansky jumps out of the box. Mikey McCoy back onto the ice. Connor Lee, what a game. 2:05 left to go in the final period. This one is flipped out to Central. Biller, the captain, trying to will his team back into this one. Rocco Bruno might not have too much time left in the net as a whistle sounds and icing is called.
Yeah, I wonder if they take them out right now, considering they'll have the offensive zone. A few Gators that are a bit tired on the ice, and they're pulling them right now. So, yeah, it'll be 6-on-5 hockey, extra attacker with the timeout now.
Yeah, timeout called, likely by head coach Kristen Long. Or timeout Florida, pardon me. So timeout called by head coach Frank Pasquale. Brings his team to the bench to talk this one over. And 50 seconds left to go here in this timeout. Do you think that with this man up 6-on-5, FAU has a chance in these final 2 minutes?
I think it's really important with this timeout that it's a breather for especially the top line of FAU if they want to really pull back in this game, because that has been their best line of the game. Baser, Owens, Biller, they've all provided a lot of offensive contributions, and even though the Florida defense has stepped up in this game and through the first 40-plus minutes were able to contain them, they still proved their abilities in scoring the first goal for FAU. So I think, they're not on the ice right now, but at some point you're going to have to bring them on and for the rest of the final 140, 150, however long you want them back on.
And both teams will head back out onto the ice. Sheets, Jacob Horowitz, Evan Edwards wearing the A today, as well as Zach Zelmansky and Mikey McCoy. Cotter steps in against Evan Edwards. He'll win the draw. It's back to Israel, who fires towards the net. A mad scramble in front. But Connor Lee sees it well. He'll cover up. We'll get another face-off.
Yeah, a lot of bodies there for both teams, especially for the Gators running from their netminder. But Lee sees that all the way. Spills it a little bit, mostly due to a deflection, but cleans up right after.
Florida looking for their first win since beating Georgia Tech in the Savannah Classic a couple of weeks ago. And a big-time opportunity against a big-time rival. 90 seconds to go in the game. Worked around by FAU. Israel fires. That one blocked away by Evan Edwards. And now it's Brody Sheets with a net empty. Gets him an assist from the official, and Brody Sheets able to carry one down into the empty net. And we'll get some words from FAU towards the official, some frustration, and probably some whistles Florida Atlantic's way to send them to the box for mouthing off. But gotta understand their frustration there as the official along the near boards kind of made a defensive play and blocked the defense, pardon me, from FAU, allowed Brody Sheets to break free and put one back. And now it's 4-1.
Yeah, it seemed like, of course, the official got in the way there, but at the end of the day, linesmen, officials, they have the boards, and that's part of their position. So, if they're there, skaters have to adjust to it. And luckily for the Gators, Sheets gets the empty net goal, and with 70 seconds left, they'll probably cruise to victory from here on out.
Bruno back in net. A minute to go here in the regular season for Florida. They'll keep the gas. Moving along. 54 seconds to go. A 4-1 lead for Florida. It's worked down below to Josh Weinstein, who picks it up again from Telab, tries to find a lane. And now Maddox Olenek will work it back out to center ice, where it's flipped ahead after a pass to Noah Horowitz. 30 seconds left to go in the regular season here for Florida and for FAU. One last rush here. Baser loses control of the puck, and Nicholas Ho will get it out to Max Telab. 16 seconds. Drop pass for Weinstein, fires one on the net, and that one will go high and wide. 8 seconds to go. Here's a shot off the crossbar from Jacob Horowitz. What a statement that would have been in his final regular season game.
Yeah, what an exclamation that would have been indeed. I mean, they played that perfectly, and with the different lines, Telab now with Ho. But yeah, this Gators team has, for whatever reason, 5 seconds left. They call a timeout. But yeah, what a statement exclamation goal that would have been.
We got a post-game show coming up for you after this game concludes. We'll get our player of the game awarded, some conversations with them, as well as our recap and response to the game, and looking at some scheduling ahead for Florida and for FAU moving forward. Now, both of them heading into the postseason. Florida heading to the Nationals tournament on March 4th right here in Jacksonville. And FAU still has their stop all the way through the College Hockey South playoffs for Division II. And then they'll have Nationals after that the following week after D1 ends, both of which FAU is ranked #1 in both conference and country in AAU Division II. So 5.7 seconds to go. Max Telab will enter the circle against Liam Biller. And they will let the clock run. And Florida gets a win in their final regular season game of the 2024-2025 season. A stellar performance from Connor Lee in net, and the offense coming alive in period number 2 led Florida to a huge win over their in-state rivals from down in Boca Raton, Florida Atlantic. And now the handshake line will come to center ice. A really great showing from Florida, one that they desperately needed after struggling in the College Hockey South playoffs and in the Savannah Classic, and some momentum to carry with them into the Nationals tournament in March.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, being leveled down, FAU in Division II, but still they're the #1 ranked Division II team, with an 18-3-1 record. So even though they might be down a level, they still had a lot of talent on that team, and we saw that especially today with the top line, many of their defensemen as well. But Florida, this might be one of their better defensive games of the season. They really kept everything out of the middle against FAU, and they really had the first line, especially for FAU, on their heels a bit for the first 40-plus minutes. And I think that really keyed in, and of course, what a game by the goalie Connor Lee.
And I think the most shocking thing out of all of that, your best defensive performance comes when you only got 4 defensemen listed on the roster, and Maddox Olenek coming to step in as a defenseman, as usually playing forward. But just an overall top to bottom great performance from the second period onwards from Florida. And they come out with a 4-1 win. Again, the final game of the regular season. Tomorrow's game, originally slated to be at 11 o'clock at night, pardon me, was canceled. So this will do it for Florida, but we still got the post-game show coming up. We got player of the game coming up, so stick with us as we head to the break. You're listening to Florida Gators Hockey on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Back here on the Orange and Blue Sports Network, post-game, Florida coming out with a huge 4-1 victory over Florida Atlantic. A massive performance from goaltender Connor Lee. And that's going to be our player of the game. I'm going to get that graphic up for you right now. Connor Lee, a 50-save performance. Absolutely unreal from number 29 in the orange and blue.
Yeah, it seemed like, especially that third period where the Gators, they had gone up 3-0 in the second period. They sort of tapered off a bit in that third, but Connor Lee was always there to shut the door. Some big saves made, including one where, I remember an FAU player in the right dot. He shot the puck, and Lee had to really just do a split just to save that. But, yeah, what a wonderful performance by him. 50 saves ultimately in the final regular season game for the Gators. You couldn't really have said any more about what he had to do, and he did that. So the Gators get the win, and Connor Lee, the man of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a huge performance, a big bounce back for him as well. And just overall, a huge bounce back for a team that was looking for some momentum. As we mentioned, they head to D1 Nationals in just a couple of weeks. I believe that starts on March the 4th. So kind of right back at it, just get a little bit of a break, a breather, and then the biggest week of the entire season. It all comes down to this. Florida ranked within the top 10 of the Division I AAU schedule. So going to be one of the top teams in the Nationals. Again, coincidentally, right here at Community First Igloo in Jacksonville, Florida. So they might get a little bit of a home ice advantage for a couple of those rounds in the playoffs. So that could play in as well. But I think just for this game specifically, the biggest thing is that they played front to back a complete game despite missing some of their most impactful players. I mean, their captain, Matthew Burkle-Jasek, their fearless leader, out tonight, taking in a big exam he has.
Yeah.
Owen Waivada as well, big on the defensive end, Quinn DiMartini, and then Cole Rosen, Jackson Choi, Martin Rainoff, and of course, Mikey Katz, the leading goal scorer for this team. So, you lose that many guys. You think about it before the game, you say, okay, there's no way that they're going to go out there and they're going to dominate in the way that they did tonight. But they proved that, this is a next man up type of roster. And you saw it with guys like Telab out there getting some extended minutes, and Olenek as well. And those are guys that really are great two-way forwards. And you saw it there with the lack of depth at defense, and didn't really show it.
Yeah, and I think even though, of course, Lee made 50 saves, and, of course, that's going to be, the defense people asking, how do you concede this many shots? Well, I think you have to look at the defense and sort of give them credit for what they did, because this FAU team had basically almost all their skaters, and, they were able to keep the Owls to the outside and not really let them creep into the middle. And I think that was a big part in, not allowing too many chances that were high quality. And I think that's what sort of helped not only the Gators defense, but also the goalie Connor Lee, as he wasn't supposed to make, high quality save after high quality save, because I think the Gators defense really showed in this game despite only having two pairings.
Yeah, absolutely. So overall, just a huge game, and one that was against one of Florida's biggest rivals. We mentioned these teams have a lot of history, steep back to last season where they split in the regular season. They met again in the D2 National Championship, where Florida would come out with an 8-4 victory in that one. We knew that FAU was going to come out here with a little bit more energy, a little bit more fight in them because of that loss in the national championship that pretty much sent Florida to the Division I level where they've been competing this entire season. So for them to come out and drop this one to a Florida team that's depleted so many skaters, I mean, it's just a really big win for the Gators moving forward, showing that they can compete with the best of the best, a team that just won 17 straight games in this season. So, just overall, no notes for Florida today. Just a really good showing, and it was a good way to end off the season. I'm happy to have spent my last game here of the season with you. I know that you love the sport of hockey, and you were able to check this one off your bucket list to get a hockey broadcast under your belt. So how'd it go for you, your first one?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, of course, being thrown in, I think it was a great experience. Getting to know the players, doing interviews with them, of course, was great. Of course, heading to the future, being around the team shows it's important because you get the names down and all the lines. But, yeah, overall, solid game by the Gators, and I was very happy to broadcast 3 of the goals.
Yeah, you got lucky there in the second period. So just want to give a thank you to everyone watching. I want to give a thank you to Jamie Goldman, who was with us for the beginning of this season, the big bulk of this season, our lead play-by-play guy. who's moving on to bigger and better things. He's left us here at UF, but we wish him the best if he is watching us right now. Also want to thank, of course, the fearless leader of the Orange and Blue Sports Network, the Ethan Eibe, our producer, who has been doing everything beautiful you see on screen the entire season. All the tickers, everything technical that you could possibly imagine. That's all been Ethan Eibe. Eric Keplinger and Barry Kent, our cameramen this season. Luis Rodriguez, who was here today doing the camera work. So just so much goes into these productions, and you know, I'm the least important part of it, and all of these guys around me are so incredibly talented. I'm so gifted just to have them with me. I'm blessed, really, truly. So thank you for tuning in this season for Florida Gators hockey. We wish the Gators hockey team the best of luck in the Nationals tournament in the coming weeks. We'll keep you posted on all of what's to come with them, but we should next season be back on the ice with Gators hockey starting what's probably going to be in September. But there's so much to see, so much to hear on the Orange and Blue Sports Network. Ethan Eibe knows that very, very well. We got plenty of games going on this weekend. We got 3 tomorrow. We got a baseball doubleheader against Air Force. And then at night, we're going to run the Comrex all the way over back to the O-Dome. And then we got Gators basketball versus South Carolina. And then we got women's basketball versus Mississippi State on Sunday. So a whole bunch to listen to. We hope you tune in. And we hope you have an incredible night. Rob Russo and Matt Rothmann signing off. You've been watching Florida Gators hockey on the Orange and Blue Sports Network.
Thanks for tuning in to the Orange and Blue Sports Network's coverage. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at OBSN Gators. That's OBSN Gators. Until next time, go Gators.